one. Love Talk Radio.
Come on now, we're going to have an awesome time today. I am Dr. WVSW Smith, and this is You Need to Know. And we're going to focus on a relationship issue, which is a characteristic of compromise. Check this out. We don't own the rights to the music, but we're playing this song that you got to walk in my shoes so you can understand exactly what's going on with me and how I am planning to make sure I compromise to have the best relationship that I deserve and me be the best version of myself. But you're going to know I'm Dr. WVSW Smith, and you're going to know. Shout out to everyone joining us. Thank you, Anthony, Rick Harris. Thank you so much. Give us a like. We would love to have a like from you. Mario, thank you so much. Juanita, thank you so much. Ready? Yeah, make you lose your mind now. Woo-hoo. A relationship issue. How to compromise in a relationship. Joanne, thank you so much. My. Thank you so much, each and every one of you all joining. I am Dr. WVSW Smith, and this is WVSW Radio, the #1 internet station. And we're excited because we have an awesome show planned for your day. The name of our show is You Need to Know. Basically, what we want you to think about, there's things that are occurring around you. You need to know. But the only way you're going to need to know is you have to work toward developing an open mind, being an active listener. So we're going to talk about our title, How to Make Compromise in a Relationship. If you want to be successful, you have to make sure you're able to compromise. If you want to chat with us, our chat line to advocate your thoughts and share your ideals is 347-857-4192. Press 1. I'll make sure you turn the line by identifying the last 4 digits of your cell. Ask for your location. You can chat with Dr. WVSW Smith. You also can check us out on the web link. The web link just to hear the show is www.blogtalkradio.com/WVSW Internet Talk Radio. The website is still in the building stage. We're about to get there. It's WVSW Radio, the internet station 23.wic.com. Our shows are broadcast live on many of the social media sites that's out there. We use Facebook.com, Bingo Live. Big O Live, TikTok Live. And you can check us out by going to this handle, DRL DeAlberto Smith. That's Dr. L. DeAlberto Smith. On Instagram, we're partners with the Brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Zeta Phi Sigma chapter of Greenville, Alabama, and their handle is Z Squad Greenville 1981. And on YouTube, the Smithway Enterprises 5018. So you have an opportunity to check us out. You have an opportunity to respond. We would want you to comment while you're on each one of the social media sites. It's truly a blessing to have you, but I want you to do something today is to make sure when you join us, hit the like button. You say, I don't know what I'm liking. Just hit the like button because you will like it because you can come back and check it out if you have to just come on, dip on, and dip off. Also, we're excited because WVSW Radio, the #1 internet station, has listeners and watchers in 45 countries and on 6 continents. So we're spreading our wings. We're so excited that we're able to get the word out to those individuals that are able to check us out on Blog Talk Radio, Instagram, Facebook, Big O Live, TikTok, and YouTube. So we thank each and every one of you all for taking time to support what we're doing. We also want to offer you an opportunity to register for WVSW Radio giveaways. And what we do, we give away hotel stays varies from 3 nights, 4 days, 5 nights, 6 days in a luxury hotel. And we'll make sure we take care of the cost per night. Now, the amenities, your travel there, your food, you are the one to handle basically that. But we want you to register for it. And it's important to make sure you register because we put it in a raffle and we raffle it off. We also have books from authors who join us. Our recently book that we had the author on, which is Cherie Barnes, and this is Coming Out of the Storm. From brokenness to wholeness. That's Cherie Barnes O'Fair. Check her out, or you can go to Amazon, type in this, coming out of the storm, and they'll quote you a price. I'm willing to give it free to you, but you have to get your name in on the raffle, so you'll be part of the raffle. But in the next month, which is September, we're going to be handing out those books. If you want one of them, let me know. Tell me I want one. Give me a mailing address or P.O. box that I can send it to. I'm excited. But that won't be to September. So August, we're going to be raffling off at least one of these books and several other books that our authors have left with us. We also want you to know that we give gift cards. We raffle off gift cards, food vouchers, gas vouchers, movie passes, as well as car wash. We want to make sure you have an opportunity. And one of the most important things in our giveaway is that even though we don't raffle this off, we make sure we put something in your hand for being supportive of what we're doing. When you register by sending your name, we also ask you to send a means of transaction. These are the 4 that we're dealing with. It's Cash App or PayPal or Venmo or Zelle. Send it to WVSW Radio, the internet station, 23 at gmail.com or Lorenza D. Smith 15 at gmail.com. So the purpose of that is we send out love offerings, talking about the means of transaction. And we send out love offerings, varies from $5 to $100. You never know when you're going to receive it. If you have a means of transaction, you can send to me along with your name. Then I will make sure I get you something. Varies from $500 to $100. You never know how much it's going to be, but we're going to make sure we're able to give back to you. So make sure you're registered for WVSW Radio giveaways as soon as possible. If you're on here, go to the comment section, type in the name you want me to put on the tag, along with a means of transaction so I can put you in the raffle. We also ask you if you're willing to support what we're doing. We're asking for your support by sowing a seed of $1 with WVSW radio station at Cash App, $LORENZA, D as in David, SMITH. That's Lorenza D. Smith. And like I said, we're just so happy to have you with us. We're excited because we're hoping we can bring something through our program tonight that will kind of give you some clarity on compromise. The title is How to Make Compromise in a Relationship. Some people don't know how to, but you have to be willing to give as much as you're willing to take. If you give and both parties are giving, then you have a sense of compromising. We're not saying you're going to the point of compromise every time y'all go through things, but you have to be willing to compromise. So we're going to truly talk about that. We also want to give a shout out to many of our sponsors. I want to thank them, and we will talk about them, play their promo as we move through the show. The first thing we're talking about in our name of our show is You Need to Know. That is you need with the number 2, know. So by needing to know is taking an opportunity to listen what we're offering to you. We're offering you a relationship issue that goes along and causes a lot of relationships to end. It is how to make compromise in a relationship. Before we can move forward on talking about all phases of it, one of the topics that's so important is, what does relationship compromise mean? I don't want you to just think about just the word compromise. Or are you willing to give something so you can receive a greater part of whatever it is you're looking for? Or greater thing that you're looking for? Or are you willing to work a deal out with your mate or your partner? See, we're getting in this modern time that there's a lot of deals that going to have to be worked out. That means you have to come up with a compromise. And even to the point where, for the greater good of our culture, the African-American culture, black culture, is that we need to increase our number of married individuals, meaning married families. Marriage means families, and families mean your culture continue to prosper and grow. And we have to do it without everybody having this independent mindset of, I can do bad. Yes, you can do bad by yourself. But if you work hard and give the time and energy to be successful, you can do good with someone as well. So when we're talking about relationship compromise, it's when two people, your partner, your mate, in a relationship, work together. That means coming together to find a solution that's mutually beneficial, even if it's not exactly what either person wanted. So you have to sit down and take an opportunity and compromise on even going to dinner. What movie? If you got you're gonna do a binge on it, just watching television. What are you willing to sit down and watch? We all have different things that we like and focus areas. So sometimes, and a lot of times, I'll tell you, in a marriage and in a relationship, you're gonna have to compromise. It is not my way or the highway. Then I can tell you now, go take the highway because that's where you're heading. Because no one is going to you can just tell them you want to do it. Situation. When we're talking about relationship compromise, we're talking about finding a solution that mutually benefits both parties. See, it involves respect. That's a powerful word, respect. Do you respect the person that you're in this relationship with? If you do, then you are willing to compromise. Now, if you're chartering and you're straddling the line to determine that, some people say you got to earn my respect. See, first of all, whether I know you, I'm gonna respect you because I have self-respect. People who always say that you got to earn mine, they don't have any self-respect for themselves. They don't even understand what respect is. So when you're talking about a compromise, you have to think about, I got to respect my partner's feelings, my mate's feelings, respect their needs. I'll be willing to make an adjustment to accommodate each other. That way your relationship can grow. See, compromise can be important for a healthy relationship because it helps foster communication. See, in a relationship to be successful, you must be able to communicate with one another. You must respect one another. You must have empathy for the other person. You must be willing to solve problems because problems will come up. Simply where we're going to eat tonight. It can get to the point, I want you to cook, you cook, or we're going to go out. Make the decision by compromising. See, I said something a little earlier when we were talking about the greater good of our culture, that we need more individuals who are building families, and marriage is a husband and a wife. Now, some people can come at me, but we're going to say, for my Christian belief, that's a husband and a wife. And a husband and a wife going to take the seed and go into the next generation. Marriage is about family. Two people does make a small family, but the ultimate purpose of marriage is to have children and have a legacy. That's truly what you ask. So when you're talking about a relationship compromise, it's very important for a healthy relationship. Foster communication, which is an active listener who think about what they heard and respond to it. Empathy, being able to understand what the other person going through, putting yourself in their shoes. I played this song. See, if you have never walked in my shoes, you will never understand what I'm dealing with. So with empathy, I put myself in your shoes, and I know that I have to walk that way so I can understand that what you're going through. Problem solving, being able to solve those problems. You know, the world will truly, doesn't revolve around us, but we have problems that we must come together to become one to solve them. That is what we want to do. It can also, we're talking about compromise, it can also help prevent resentment. See, that's one of the things we have, and we begin to lose interest in our partner because we begin to resent them. They'll never want to compromise. They want to be in control. So you resent that person. It also will prevent arguments. See, when you're willing to compromise, you can prevent this argument that even it can be I don't call an argument, I call a spirited debate. But you can avoid that when you're willing to compromise. See, when you look at compromise, it is so important, like I said, to help prevent resentment, arguments, as well as other things that may come into play. See, when one person is, when both persons is willing to compromise, your relationship can springboard and go to another place. And that's the ultimate goal of it. Let me give a shout out to several people that's joining us. I want to thank, look like, is that Sierra? Thank you so much. Along with Renee, Sophisticated Dove 2, Sophisticated Dove 2. I'm gonna say I remember the blue and white family. Thank you so much. Gail Jackson, thank you for joining us. We have Mama Dean, thank you so much. Barry Jackson, that's joining. I need you to send some likes up, each and every one. You're joining me right now. Send a like up. We have is like rule like Jews. Thank you so much. Thank you, each and every one of you. We got several others joining us, and we'll give a shout out to them. We want to give a shout out to our next sponsor. We have to do that because, see, God helps us to pay some bills. And ultimately, the goal is to be able to pay the bills, and our sponsors are there to make sure we, in their support of what we're doing. We're asking you to sow a seed of $1. It'll help us purchase some of these gift cards, and it'll just help the radio station prosper to its greatest point. We want to give a shout out to Bye Bye Bellies by Sherelle Barnes O'Fair. She's a personal consultant with Bye Bye Belly.
frustrated and you've tried everything to get rid of stubborn weight or belly fat. I understand. Help is here. I'm extremely excited. I found out about Bye Belly. Let's talk today. Blessings. Minister Sherelle Shea Barnes O'Fair, personal consultant. The website to contact her is buyebybelly.com/Sherelle Barnes O'Fair. Call or email her at 912-409-5474. The email is SherelleSpeak89@AOL.com. Check out. She'll make it do what it do.
Bye Belly, personal consultant Sherelle Barnes O'Fair. Sherelle Barnes. Thank you, Shay Barnes, and sometimes I might want to be called her Shay. But if you go to Facebook, it'll be Cherie Barnes O'Fair, or either Shay Barnes. And if you give her a call, you have an opportunity. I just listed the name there. So truly, Bye Belly. If you want to lose that belly fat that you've been carrying, that extra, I'll have to get on it myself. So I can get down and be where I need to be. So you just call Shay Barnes O'Fair, or just go to Facebook, type in Shay Barnes or Cherie Barnes. Thank you so much. Give a shout out to Christy, Sean, Jackie White. Thank you for coming and joining us. Nay. Thank you so much. Arnest, thank you as well. We had Lady LJ. Thank you so much for joining us. What's important about, I'm stepping over myself. The ways compromise can help your relationship. I want you to think about ways compromise can help your relationship. We talked earlier about some key things that's important to making sure you understand how important compromise is to a relationship. First of all, communication was one thing you mentioned. See, we got to create an environment where both parties feel heard and understood by sharing thoughts, feelings, and concerns. I'm going to repeat that. Create an environment. This is communication. That's the purpose of communication. You create an environment where both parties or both people feel heard and understood by sharing thoughts, feelings, and concerns. See, we need to be able to identify each person's needs and wants. See, before we enter a conflict of relation, we must be very clear about what you want and what you're willing to give up. See, compromise requires both parties to give up something for the greater good of the organization. The next thing, again, is finding common ground. See, finding where both of you, this is the place we want to be. See, we got to consider what's non-negotiable. See, it's things you're not going to negotiate. For example, in boundaries, you're not going to negotiate boundaries that you know will cross and create problems for you. That's number one. And you don't want to understand, you don't want to be to the point that you got to compromise yourself on the boundaries you have. You don't want anybody to disrespect you, and set that boundary. I'm not going to disrespect you, you're not going to disrespect me. So we have to consider what's non-negotiable and where there's room for compromise. See, we need to see this. So we have to find common ground. Be flexible. Ask for alternative solution. Or offer to do something in return. Compromise here. I'm going to need you to do this in return. See, that's relationships can be quite successful if you do that. Consider each other's feelings. A lot of times we don't want to consider others' feelings. we always about ourselves. That's a selfish person. See, if you want to be successful in a relationship, understanding that compromises are needed, you become selfless because you're thinking about your partner, your mate, your spouse. When we talk about considering of each other's feelings, we acknowledge your feelings. See, don't just consider somebody's feelings and don't acknowledge that they do and what they're feeling. See, we acknowledge your feelings quietly, pretty much to yourself. See, you know how you feel. That de-escalate tension. Okay, I got to take a step back. Got to calm down. Got to use my 8-second rule. Can't get upset. Follow through. Don't just go through the process of communicating. The process is identifying your needs and your wants, finding common ground, being flexible, considering each other's feelings, as well as follow through. All of those things mean nothing if you don't have some kind of check and balance. That check and balance requires you to check on what's going on. What's going on? Do we agree with our lives? Are we going to stick with it? If we stick with it, we can move forward positively. If we don't, then we're going to have problems. It's what we call a checkpoint. We still on the same page. That's the kind of question you ask on this compromise. We haven't changed anything. If so, then we need to talk about it. So you got to check with each other to make sure there's no resentment. Because people get very upset when you don't do the things they want to do or they need to be right. See, they allow their feelings because they're responding and acting towards you based on their emotions, their feelings. We're not saying we don't recognize your feelings, but you got to understand when you're compromising, it's okay to have that hurt feeling, but you have to understand I have to give something to get something. So that's why it's so important to see how compromise plays in a successful relationship. See, compromise is an important skill. See, we have to remember that the things that we look at, a characteristic, requires you to be skillful. See, compromise is an important skill in a relationship. See, it helps you and your partner find middle ground and resolve conflict. You have to ask yourself sometime, how do you compromise in a relationship effectively? How do you compromise? What you first have to do is keep an open mind and be flexible. Only wanting things is not conducive. That means you need to be right, and that is not conducive to a healthy and happy relationship. Always look for a solution. And make sure you look for that solution together. Work with your partner to find out a solution that both you can agree to. Because you want the best. You want success. When I say you want to be the best, have the best version of that relationship. You have to discuss pros and cons. And then choose the options that work best for both of you. So that means both of you have input. Let me give a shout out to Angel. Thank you so much for joining us. Linda, thank you for being here. Alexis, Jenny, thank you so much for being here. This is McKay. Hey, thank you. A Kill Corner. Thank you so much. Johnny, thank you for joining us and being here with us. As we move forward, we want to give a shout out to our next sponsor, which is L&T Starward Lawn Service. I want to thank this young man for taking time and supporting what we're doing. See how when God bless you and put you in a place, there are people that are willing to come and be a part of what this is a vision. God blessed me with this vision. So there are many people joining and want to be a part of it. We ask you to do the same thing. All I ask you to do is give us a like today. We need a like from you. This is L&T Starworth Lawn Service. Mr. Tony Starworth, thank you so much for supporting what we're doing. In a relationship, you talk about compromise. This is putting the work in. It's hard work. Mr. Tony Starworth understand that on this place of business. He's the manicure experts of South Central Alabama. His team goes out and do an awesome job. He's located in South Central Alabama. Give him a call at 334-300-7401. Go to Facebook, type in Anthony Starworth, DM Anthony, and you can communicate with him and tell him what you're looking for. You are joining us on WVSW Radio, the internet station. We're number one. But our brand is the number one internet station. I am Dr. Lorenzo D. Smith, the host of You Need to Know. And we're excited to be here because we want to find out your thought process about the issue of compromise in a relationship. And it's truly a blessing to be here. We want you to call in and chat with us. And the call-in number is 347-857-4192. Press 1. I'll make sure I get you on the line. Identify the last 4 digits of your cell. Ask for your location. You can chat with Dr. Lorenzo D. Smith as we focus on the relationship issue of compromise. That call-in number again is 347-857-4192. Press 1. I'll get you on the line and you can chat with him and tell me how to make compromise in a relationship. How do you do it? How have you done it in the past? We want to thank you. We got Hustle. Thank you with Russell 6. Thank you, Hustle with Russell 6. And thank you for joining us. We have several other people. I'm going to try to scroll up and get them. We have Gen X Larry. It's 4 feet. Thank you. No, 4. Also, Felicia Fee, 2021. Need y'all somebody. So I know you want to be as a guest, but what we need to do is to call in. Use the call-in number. Repeat it again. 347-857-4192. Press 1. See your hand up, and I'll give a shout out to you so you can join us. We also have this is El Rosa Alvarez. Thank you so much for joining us and being a part of this right here. As we move forward to our next focus point, we want to look at compromise as a pillar. See, a pillar is going to be one of those foundations, one of those old. If you ever seen an older house that's raised off the ground, they have these blocks, cement blocks, and they call pillars. They're a pillar to keep the house and the foundation up off the ground, but keep it steady as well. In a relationship, compromise is a pillar to a healthy relationship because it's an important tool in relationship to help resolve conflicts. See, if you and your partner or mate are unable to compromise and insist on things only when being done your way, then this leads to a repeated conflict. an argument, a spirited debate, sometimes it can go way beyond. It leads you to being hurt. It leads you to be humiliated. In a lot of cases, be abused. Just because the person wanted to have their way. They are not good with dealing with conflict resolution. So what we have to make sure we understand, if we can't compromise and we constantly at conflict, this is going to erode the relationship over time. See, the signs of a healthy relationship is not that you and your partner agree on everything, but that you are able to compromise and work out your differences in a mutually respectful manner. And that's really important right there. A mutually respectful manner. And if you can do that, you can move forward. Because, see, once you understand how compromise works in a relationship, understand it's a pillar, it will allow you to teach each other to see each point of view, as well as your desires. And being that we can show individuals our point of view, talk about our point of view, our desires, it allows the relationship to continue to multiply and grow. See, when we compromise, we validate our partner's feelings, needs, desires, and aspiration. See, we are showing them that we respect them. Remember now, respect is very important in relation to compromise. See, if you disrespect someone, you're never going to compromise. You're going to try to control them. But when you respect them and understand their needs matters, understand that their point of view matters, then you can lead yourself to being very successful, having a healthy relationship, and now you understand one of the main pillars of that healthy relationship. Shout out to Lena Payton. Well, she's joining us. Blue Impression Publishing.
To share your inspiring story with the world, look no further than Blue Impressions Publishing, the premier publishing company that specializes in creating meaningful and impactful books and journals. Blue Impressions Publishing, veteran-owned by author Lena Payton Webb, offers comprehensive services to bring your vision to life. Their mission is to empower writers, mental health professionals, consultants, coaches, and spiritual leaders to make a positive impact through their publications. Not only do they publish your words, they give you the strategy to be a successful author and earn an additional source of income. So whether you're an aspiring author or a seasoned writer, Blue Impressions Publishing is the publishing company for you. Don't let your story go untold. Visit the website today, yourartisticexpressions.com. You can also call 833-951-2665 to learn more about their services and to get started on your publishing journey. Blue Impressions Publishing, where inspiring stories leave a lasting impression.
Give a shout out to Lena Payton Webb, Blue Impressions Publishing, a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, also recognized recently by President Biden and Vice President Harris as one of the President Achievement Representative. Lifetime Achievement. Presidential Lifetime Achievement. That is Lena Payton Webb from Blue Impressions Publishing. Go to Facebook, type it in, and you populate the information, become her friend. She can help you publish your book, your memoir, or just whatever you're trying to write and put together, your comic book, whatever. She can help you with that. This is the work is being put in and being recognized. Congratulations, Lena Payton Webb. It says Sarah Lena Payton Webb, for receiving the 2024 Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. Thank you for what all you're doing, my sister. As we move forward, we look at some examples that help you understand compromise and how it works in a relationship. These are the things that you need to make sure you do, and you compromise at these things, and both partners can be very excited about a healthy relationship. Planning a date night. See, it's important to take each partner's preference into account while planning date night. Expressing love. See, you and your partner may have different love language. Learn to speak their love language. It can help them feel loved and cared for. Even if it's not the same as your love language. Even if it's where your preferred method might be different, just remember, understanding your love language. Dividing household chores. You and your partner can negotiate how to split up the housework. But if you're going to live in a clean, you're going to have to do some housework unless you are able to pay for someone to come in. I'm not mad at you or you. That's what you can do. Spending quality time together. See, you may prefer spending time spend your weekends outdoors, where your partner may prefer to catch up with friends and family. We have to come with a compromise because it's a pillar of success. A pillar of success, a relationship, a healthy relationship. Splitting up the holidays. See, if both families are expecting you for the holidays, you and your partner, they have to work out a compromise. That way, both family can experience you all. May not be at the same time. Maybe on Thanksgiving, you may go to your spouse. On Christmas, you may go to your family together because it looks so much better when you do that. See, in reality, compromise is applicable to just about every aspect of life, every aspect of a relationship, including managing finance, raising children, planning vacations, participating in activities together, supporting each other's careers and goals. That's a compromise toward a healthy relationship. Let's give a shout out to our next sponsor, Mary Ruth Restaurant of Georgetown, Alabama. I want to thank this team because we're doing an awesome job.
Are you looking for home-cooked food in a family-friendly environment? Welcome to President Mary Ruth. Mary Ruth Restaurant, located at 261 State Highway 106 in beautiful Georgiana, Alabama. Great food in a family-friendly environment. Mary Ruth's Restaurant offers home-cooked breakfast. All the fixings, you name it, they've got it. And not just home-cooked breakfast. Home-cooked breakfast, lunch, and dinner items. Mary Ruth's Restaurant specializes in a meat and 3 vegetables meal. And meat and 3. Also, home-cooked hamburgers, Philly cheesesteak sandwiches, and much more. Seafood Restaurant has Seafood Fridays, barbecue Saturdays, and it's all clockwork and made from scratch, including the desserts and so much more. 261 West State Highway 106 in Georgiana. Mary Ruth's Restaurant. Call today, 334-240-32. That's 334-362-4032. Mary Ruth's Restaurant. Home-cooked meals, family-friendly environment, great food. Who can ask for more in a restaurant? Mary Ruth's Restaurant in Georgiana. Breakfast from 7 a.m. until 10 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Lunch from 11 to
check it out. The co-owners, Marvin and Katrina Roper Smith. It's located at 261 State Highway. I'm talking about Mary Ruth's Restaurant. 261 State Highway, 106 West, Georgia, Alabama. If you want to call them, you can. The number is 334-549-0950, because you want to make sure you're going to the right location. You can go to their Facebook page, Marvin Smith. You want to DM Marvin, or you can, vice versa, DM Katrina. Both of them are available to work with you and set some things up. If you're in South Central Alabama, they cater within a 30 or 40 miles radius. So they will do that, because where they're located, a lot of the larger places are surrounding them. So congratulations to Mary Ruth's Restaurant. Been in business 1 year. They're going into their second year and doing an awesome job. And truly, I'm thankful that I know those individuals and the impact they're making in that community. When should or should not compromise in a relationship? When should you? You should not. You have to think about that pillar, which is compromise in a relationship, in a healthy relationship. You know you got to give something. It's fine. You need to know when you need to do that. But you also need to know when you should not compromise. See, it comes sometime, or it can be sometime hard to judge when you should or shouldn't compromise. I'm going to repeat that. It can sometimes be hard to judge when you should or should not compromise. There are some very important factors that you must keep in mind. See, you should compromise when the issue is important to your partner, the spouse, your mate. The compromise is fair, and the relationship is balanced. That's when you should compromise. When you should not compromise is when you're dealing with your core values. See, I think that's really important. I want individuals to take time to think about it. Do you know what your core values are as an individual? Do you know your core value as an individual? If you do, don't ever compromise. Now, I don't mean that you had created something you saying that's valuable to me, but what are your core values? What operates you every day? What keeps you balanced? Let me give a shout out to several people joining. We got Dr. Williams Smith. Thank you, Dr. Smith. Thank you for joining us. Indig Goat. Thank you so much. Dr. Tamler. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. Dr. Tam Rock. I'm going to do it like it's on the sheet. 92. Thank you, Doc, so much for supporting us. I hope you had an awesome day at work today. She's an educator, and she's a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, and I thank her for supporting what we're doing. Doc, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sending up some likes. Now, y'all got to outdo Doc, man. Y'all got to send up some likes. Let me know you're here and you're supporting what we're doing. We have Miss Miss Ta 25-8 is joining us. Thank you so much. I'm going to give a shout out a few more since I'm here. Might well give a shout out to those individuals. Haley Plateau. Thank you so much. A user. Oh, Haley, thank you, Haley, so much for joining us. It's good to have you. And I hope your year's starting off pretty good. She's an educator here locally in Montgomery, Alabama at George Washington Carver High School in Montgomery, Alabama. Thank you, Haley, so much for supporting. Good friend of my daughter. Thank you so much. Hallmark, thank you. Queen, it said Queen like Nate. Thank you. Awesome. Alice, Robin. This is 5V26. Maria, thank you so much. We have MMT 12120. Tyrone, thank you, Tyrone. Yvette, Wendy Yvette Smith, that's my biological youngest sister and a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. So we're sisters and brothers, not on the biology, but in the blue and white. Love you, sis. Thank you so much. El Rose, thank you so much. Felicia Fee, thank you for joining us and being a part. Got several other people. Just want to give a user. We have downtown. Keep sending them. I would say keep sending them a Tam Rock. Keep sending them up. You got me smiling. Thank you so much. It's important that we look at those, the support. Remember when we was talking about, and I kind of want to give a shout out to our individuals because I really appreciate them taking time. Everybody, I want to see them like, I'll do the next person, especially if you're in a blue and white family. I want you to definitely send some hearts up and some light because this is a blue and white thing here. I'm so glad God has blessed me to do that. So proud to be a Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Zeta Phi Sigma chapter of Greenville. We was talking about compromise. When you should not compromise. I said core values. You need to know what your core value. It's just like when we say core, we think about an apple. We're talking about the core of the apple. That is the inner self. You never compromise on the values that's from your inner self. Never do it. For example, it's like boundaries. See, when you set boundaries, it's for the purpose of protecting you from undue harm, humiliation, and abuse. Set boundaries. I don't care how the person makes you tingle. I don't care how he makes you smile, or she makes you smile or tingle. Do not step, cross, or give up on the boundaries you set. Make sure it is known these are the boundaries we're going to follow through because we want a successful relationship, especially when they're violated. When a person violates your boundaries, there ain't no time for no compromise. See, I always say this, and I'm going to share this with each and every one. Thank you, Tam. Keep sending them up. Thank you, thank you. When people show themselves, believe what you see. And I always recommend this. Run as fast as you can because they're not going to change. And I'm saying that because, see, you want them to change. They're not going to change. They showed you who they were. They was nice and cool for a few months. Now they can really show who you are. They don't mind, and you already shared the boundaries you have. And you must have boundaries when you have a relationship. If you can't set boundaries in a relationship, then you're really not going to have a successful relationship. I'm just telling you, because that's when the hurt, humiliation, and abuse come into play. The next thing is when you're the only one compromising. Have you been in a relationship where you're the only one compromising? The other person you're in a relationship not compromising. What did that tell you? You should not compromise in a relationship when both parties are not at agreement. Mean about the compromise. Make sure you go back and follow up and check, see if it's something that's going to be over a period of time. If you say you're going to have date night, have it once a week, you may start off doing it. But then you have to do what? Make sure you have a checkpoint to make sure, okay, hold up now. We schedule this. We don't want to lose this opportunity to grow together. See, we have to understand how important relationships and the characteristics and traits are. They're nothing to play with. They're real. And we have to make sure we're real about being successful in our relationship. My final thought before we move to close this out, I'm going to share with you, but I want to give a shout out to Soap Gems by Jackson and Grace. I work with them on a part-time basis to kind of help promote what they're doing. But Soap Gems by Jackson the Great, let me say, is some of the best soap and perfume scents in South Central Alabama. I'm saying that because I have several of the products over here, and you hear it in the advertising by Jennifer Jackson. I'm gonna tell you, if you need it, email me, and that's Lorenza D. Smith15@gmail.com. You want to know what that inventory is, but she's gonna share some on here in regards that I will be sharing it because I'll be doing a commercial for them, the advertisement for them. But just remember, if you want to get more information about it, I'm giving you her number. But if you want to connect with me, since you see me, type in the comment. I need to get more information. What is your email? What is your office number? How can I connect with you? Besides just being on TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram. Soap Gems by Jackson and Grace.
If you want to purchase some of the best soap and perfume scents in South Central Alabama, contact Soap Gems by Jackson and Grace. The owner is Miss Jennifer Jackson. Contact number 251-369-1344. Or go to Facebook. Type in Jennifer 1N Jackson or Charlie's Angel. Several items like bombshell, chance of a lifetime, love you, lover, straight savage, manpower, milk lotion, and calming lavender. So please check it out. Again, that number is 251-369-1344. Soap Gem by Jackson and Grace.
I'm gonna leave right there because I'm gonna thank Dr. Tam because she said she just got the #1 giver badge. Thank you so much. Get your badge as well. Just go to the badges, purchase your badge. Thank you so much. A shout out to Brenda Jackson. Thank you for taking time to really support what we're doing. It's a blessing to have individuals that are supporting. See, we have listeners and watchers in 45 countries and on 6 continents. So it's a lot of people take time to purchase the badges, send the likes up. Thank you so much for what you're doing and supporting what we do. As the final thoughts come before you, I have 2 more advertising. I have to make sure before we close out in less than about 2 minutes. It is important to remember, and I want you to keep this in mind, that compromise requires both mate partners to work together to find a shared definition of happiness. I want to repeat that because that's the way we're going to wrap this up tonight. It is important. It is very important. It is most important to remember that compromise requires both mate, partner, spouse to work together to find a shared definition of happiness and joy. True compromise involves mutual respect. I got most respect for each and every one of y'all. Most respect for you. But true compromise in a relationship involves mutual respect and giving for the betterment of the relationship or partnership. That's what you want in a partnership? Fine. But for the healthy relationship, mutual respect is required. I respect you, I expect you to respect me. Give me respect, because I'm going to give it to you. That's what it's all about. excited joining you tonight. I want to thank you on WVSW Radio, the number one internet station. We have listeners and watchers in 45 countries on 6 continents. And I'm glad God has blessed this vision to continue to grow. On September the 2024, there'll be 7 years we've been operating. We started in South Florida, where we was living down in South Florida, down in Fort Lauderdale, Sunrise, on a radio station down there, WMDM. It's on the AM dial. Sundays afternoon, we used to talk about relationship, and it was exciting to do it. And God blessed me and said, I got something for you to do. And He blessed me with this vision where we now are operating, broadcasting live. All social media available to broadcast live. TikTok, Big O Live, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Blog Talk Radio. It's all because of y'all. Thank you so much, Tony, for joining us. It's awesome. And Dr. Tam, she says, sent a finger heart. Thank you, Time One. Thank you so much. It's good to have you. Let's give a shout out to, I think I want to make sure I give TriStat, awesome team of individuals that's working. That's Mr. William Scott. I want to give a shout out before we get out of here, because our time is being pressed now, and I want to play it before I make an adjustment on. This is TriStat LLC.
TriStat LLC, KJO Business. We provide specialized business and management consulting services. TriStat LLC meets your consulting needs in accounting, research, and management service sector. Contact Mr. William Scott at 334-320-5438 or 334-526-0228.
Mr. Scott, that's how he rolled his team. That's how we roll as well. We just want to make sure we present something that represents WVSW Radio, the number one internet station, 45 countries of listeners and watchers on 6 continents. I am Dr. Lorenzo D. Smith, excited. I'm very excited because we just started our first day back at work. I work on the university campus, and I'm excited because I got classes and got some students that are very excited. I am the teaching methods person for social studies and history, university supervisor, that I have interns that goes out. So I'm thankful and blessed to get this year started off, and thank you all for supporting what we're doing here. And we truly are so happy and enthused. As we get ready to close out, we want to give a shout out to those brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, Zeta Phi Sigma chapter of Green Mountain. They're going to make it do what it do.
To your pleasure to come on over to the Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, Zeta Phi Sigma chapter in Greenville, Alabama. The most progressive brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated are providing service. They're standing up to the motto, helping the service and serving for humanity. You can go to Facebook, Sanctified Sigma Limo, or you can go to Instagram, and that's Sanctified Sigma Green, which is number 10. And if you want to tweet those brothers at Sanctified Sigma _.
We'll give a shout out to those brothers at Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, Sanctified Sigma chapter of Greenville, Alabama. Guys, keep doing what you're doing. providing service to our community. Truly, thank you for supporting. This is a service you're giving back to us, and we're going to give to the community. Thank you so much, my brothers. I want to really thank each and every one of y'all for joining us tonight. And tomorrow, we're going to make it do what it do a little earlier, because we're going to have our happy hours around about 5 o'clock, which is, we're going to make it happen now. It's pretty much the same time as today. And we're going to just talk about happy things. We're going to have, in essence, a cocktail and sit down and enjoy talk. We want you to be a part of it. That's Happy Hour Talk. And we're excited because we're going to focus on accountability. Accountability is like kryptonite in a relationship. Let's make sure we have some thought process to add. We want you to be a part of it. I am Dr. DeAlberto Smith, WVSW Radio, the #1 internet station. And we're so glad to be here tonight. Thank each and every one of you all. If you purchased, thank you, Dr. Tam, for purchasing the badge. Thank you for supporting. Thank you just so much. Thank all of you for taking time. But I need you to send a like up while we got time before we close. And I see a couple other people purchasing the badges up here. Thank you so much for taking time to do that. It's been awesome being here. It's been good. Take care of yourself. And I just want y'all to know that we all going to have some trials and tribulations. But I want you to understand we're going through this series about relationship characteristics. Today we talk about compromise. Tomorrow we're going to talk about accountability. We want you to have the most successful, healthy, lifelong relationship that you deserve. Allow your relationship to make you the best version of yourself. Kimberly Barnes, thank you so much for joining us. God's Child is joining us. We got Ash 12. Thank you so much, Ash 12 _ Bash 12. Thank you so much for joining us. And as we close out, I want to play something we played early and kind of wrap it up with that. And I tell you, I think this is really something that will help us understand that, when life is going with challenges, we have to keep in mind that if somebody is going through something, have some empathy, be able to walk in their shoes, be able to compromise. We don't own the rights to the music, but we're going to play this as we close out. I want to tell you all I love you all from my heart. From my heart, I'm telling y'all, from my heart. See, you can't talk about me if you ain't walked in my shoes. You never compromise. You got nothing to say to it. See, that means you walked in the shoes I walked in. Hashtag responsible. Hashtag keep on grinding. Hashtag communicate to understand. Hashtag make it do anything. We got this. And as we close out, I always tell you this because it's truly from me. It's coming from my inner self. All you may see in me on the camera or on the screen. But I want to let you know from my heart. This is from my heart. I love you, and ain't a thing you can do about it. Have an awesome rest of the night. We'll see you tomorrow. Happy Hour Talk at 5 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I tell you, I just love you. I just love y'all. I put you across my heart. I'm telling you. Have a great night. You see, all you listen to this now. We're going to close it out with just listen to this right here now. As he get ready to close this thing out. Whatever you've been going through. Slow it down a little bit. Have you been going through some things in your life? Have you been going through some things in your life? No one understands because they haven't walked in your shoes to know what you're going through. You walk a mile in my shoes. You appreciate life is good when you walk in my shoes. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock p.m. And Dr. Elizabeth Smith, WVSW Radio, the #1 internet station. I love each and every one.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.